Hi guys, in this video I'll be looking at this R12 5-inch CarPlay display with Dashcam from Coral Vision. This is a compact 5-inch portable display that features a 4K front-facing dash camera on the back, and a rear-facing 1080p camera also comes supplied too. It can display both wireless CarPlay and Android Auto from your mobile phone, and audio output is cast from either the built-in speaker, wired auxiliary cable, or wirelessly over FM transmission, or Bluetooth audio to your car stereo. In the box you get a paper instruction manual. There is the 5-inch display itself with a pre-attached adhesive mounting arm. There's a separate windscreen suction mount, a 2.5 meter USB-C to 12 volt socket power cable, and 1.5 meter auxiliary cable, a 32 gigabyte data micro SD card, and a rear view camera and power cable. Its 5-inch size makes this display super compact and very portable. It is a little similar to Coral Vision's smart mirror display that I also reviewed on this channel. The IPS display screen isn't sadly edge to edge and carries quite some chunky bezels on the left and right side. This allows room for what looks like a microphone hole on the right hand side of the display. On top there is a USB-C port to power the display. Then there is an AV in port for the supplied rear view camera. Next is a micro SD card slot that's used to save recorded dashcam footage onto. And finally there is a 3.5mm auxiliary audio output port. Underneath there is a single power button to manually turn the screen on and off, and holding it down will simply shut down the display. Due to its size and mounting options, you could practically place this display in many places in the car. Its swing arm mount and adhesive pad could allow a dashboard mount that's closer to reach, where it could be installed on the upper interior of a car. Replace this mount with the suction cup mount that's also supplied, and you could place this anywhere on your windscreen. However, I did find it quite hard to place it near my rearview mirror, because any lower down on the windscreen would make this display further out of arm's reach. If you're not going to use the dash cam on the back, it's lightweight also allows you to easily mount it lower onto an area such as an air vent without any problems. This 2.5 meter power cable is just long enough for most discreet interior installs, where you could simply power the display via a 5 volt USB port in the car if you've got one, or you can use a 12 volt USB-C or USB-A power adapter and cable. And I was successfully able to power the display with a USB-A to C cable from a wireless CarPlay adapter plugged into my 5 volt CarPlay port. So really anything is possible. Boot up times take just under 11 seconds, and afterwards it lands on its main menu interface screen. This screen consists of, oddly, both an analog and a digital clock, the date, and there's 4 main shortcut buttons to launch Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, view the dash camera, and select between the 4 audio outputs. Along the top are status icons to tell you that you are connected to the display over Bluetooth, whether CarPlay and Android Auto is connected, as well as if the micro SD card is inserted. On one side there is a side dock with 4 main options to access the display's brightness, the display's volume, dash cam, and settings. The settings menu has lots of customization options for the display, and you can also play back dashcam footage from this area too. Personally, I would have liked to see this dashcam playback area accessible from the side dock or the main menu. And in the settings area, the usual dashcam options can be adjusted here, from recording resolution, loop time, display timeout and motion sensitivity, to reverse camera settings, adjusting the date and time, display brightness, language, and microphone recording. Selecting Apple CarPlay or Android Auto will launch a general connection screen of options and information on how to connect to the display for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And tucked away in here is also the ability to play back Bluetooth music using its built-in player, and to connect to the video dash camera app over Wi-Fi to browse and view recorded dashcam footage directly from the display on your mobile phone. Simply connecting your iPhone's Bluetooth to the display's Bluetooth ID will allow you the ability to connect to Apple CarPlay. It took 14 seconds from pairing my phone to viewing wireless CarPlay on the display. The screen is fast and can be fairly responsive. However, with such a small display size, you do have to be more precise with where you are pressing on the display. Without a persistent side dock, there is a floating button that overlays on top of both CarPlay and Android Auto interfaces, and sadly this cannot be removed. And with such a low resolution and small display, this button can be difficult to position itself out of the way from general functionality of CarPlay and Android Auto. And personally, I would have preferred a much wider display with a persistent side dock with all that extra room that you get back. Selecting the floating button allows you to go back to the main menu screen of the display, view the dash camera and alter the speaker volume or access the chosen audio mode screen. And you can also manually access the screen brightness. Android Auto took a little bit longer to connect to my Google Pixel at around 15 seconds. Once connected, the Google platform ran okay with the display showing at the correct ratio, all but like CarPlay at a low resolution to cater for the small resolution display. At 5 inches, this display can feel quite cramped when in multi-app views, such as both Android Auto and CarPlay's dashboard view. So it really comes into its own when you are viewing a single app full screen. Calling from the built-in microphone sounded good for the distance that the display can be positioned from. Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and this is an audio test using the Coral Vision R12, and this is an audio test using the hopefully internal microphone or potentially the microphone that is on the end of this phone here, with the receiver hearing me clearly in the call as if I was using a hands-free mode on my iPhone. And we both didn't notice any significant delay in call lag during the call. The R12 display has 4 methods of audio output. The first is its built-in speaker. Due to its small 1.5 watts of power and its general size of the display casing, don't expect big things from this audio method. It is ideal for voice and navigation, but anything like music is best handled by one of the other 3 options. Next is FM transmission, which will cast its audio from the display to a synced FM frequency on your car stereo. Unfortunately, on 2 cars that I tried this out on, both had terrible constant interference, which made this option not really fit for purpose. It is improved if you use the official 12-volt power cable, but even when using this cable and trying many FM frequencies, I always struggle to reduce the poor level of interference. Connecting the supplied auxiliary cable to the display and the car stereo offers more reliability with decent sound quality at the compromise of having another cable coming out of the display. Its 1.5 meter cable means you might struggle more than its power cable when channeling it around your car's interior. The R12 also has Bluetooth support, and this is the best wireless audio solution if your car system supports it. Just like the Coral Vision RX10 and RX7 displays, Bluetooth audio is connected from your phone to the car stereo rather than from the display to the car stereo. This means you get full wheel controls. However, like these displays, I couldn't get the call button to work to trigger Siri or the Google Assistant. Instead, you'll have to touch the buttons on the display or use your voice to invoke either assistant. Another advantage of this method is that reconnection and resuming is a little bit more reliable. Microphone quality will come from your phone, so that's a little bit better too. And resuming from when you get back in the car and start up the display and reconnect to Bluetooth audio is a little bit more seamless too. As a dash cam, the R12 isn't going to win any awards with its picture quality, but it does a fair job of capturing day and night recordings. Viewing recordings back on the small 5-inch display can look quite decent. Playing it back though on the desktop at native 4K resolutions leaves much more to be desired. Overall, its quality feels a little washed out with a high exposure, and its colour can look a little oversaturated in places. It greatly lacks detail when you compare it to my Mercy Lion internal camera in both day and night recordings. Night recordings struggle with lots of noise, and the quality of capture can vary greatly the more you have the camera away from the windscreen, with lots of glare and bloom from street lamps and car headlights. Overall, if you're looking to utilise the R12 as a main dash camera, in the vehicle, then there are much better alternatives to be had out there. The R12 5-inch portable CarPlay display with Dashcam retails currently for $185 directly from Coral Vision store, and I'll leave direct links to this product in the video description down below so you can learn more about this display and buy yourself one. Overall, it is a nice compact display that I'm sure will have many uses thanks to its small form factor and its ability to run both CarPlay and Android Auto wireless to any car stereo. As a dash camera, it is more of a token addition than something I would want to rely on. Its quality is okay, but you can do better with a more dedicated dash camera for the same, if not cheaper price. But the fact that you get both in one product cannot be overlooked though. And for that, the R12 is commendable in that regard. Its display may not be bigger than a mobile phone screen, but for placement in the car that doesn't have CarPlay or Android Auto, anything goes. Pair it with a third-party mount or a USB-C 12-volt adapter, you could place this display discreetly and without obstructing the view of your overall dashboard. And you're not necessarily tied to placing this display in a car either. If you're looking for a small and unobtrusive CarPlay or Android Auto display in your car, with the token of it also being able to record front and rear video, then this R12 from Coral Vision may be worth checking out. Alright, thanks for watching and I hope you found this video helpful. Give us a thumbs up if it has, and comments are always welcome if you have any specific questions about the R12 from Coral Vision. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.